So another thing I learned, particularly when I got down to +1. So in my first year of doing the full-time golf, I went from 3, went up to 4, got down to scratch by the end of 2018, so in pretty much a year. Then I got to +1 in early February 2019. I did all of that with a massive cut. I would hit a low squeezy cut, but it was really consistent. I could do it all the time. I could get on a difficult hole driving wise, and I knew that I could transplant my cut onto that hole and it was always going to come back, and I could hit the fairway for that. I could allow for it, I could allow for the wind. I had a consistent shot. I got to +1 doing that, and I'm not saying that low squeezy cut was always the way. On the new course, when you got that into wind off the right, that low squeezy cut was getting eaten alive. That's part of the reason I had to hit the 4-irons and the hybrids to get up to the greens, to then scramble my pars to shoot a score that was around par. It wasn't easy, and I needed to improve, but that was to get to the next level. To get to that level, I just needed a consistent shot, and that's what I'm saying to you. To get to the next level of golf, to the level that you want to be at, it might be from getting in the 20s into the teens, it might be from getting to the teens to the single figures. The way that you can do it is through consistency. I've always thought, actually, what has been highlighted to me in the last few years in particular is that handicap is just a number that is a marker of your consistency levels, and the more consistent you are, the better the player you are. You can get to a low handicap, you can be a plus player just by hitting the same shot more often than not, at least in the same direction. It could be a fade, it could be a cut, but as long as you could take one side of the course out of play. Sometimes I see people, maybe I'm giving lessons to them, maybe I'm playing with them, they'll hit like a really solid left to right shot shape if they're a right-hander, but they don't like it because it doesn't feel that strong. So then they're trying to hit draws, or they're trying to hit something that's strong, and it doesn't necessarily come natural to them. They're not necessarily that skilled at that shot just now, but they try it because they either want to, or they think that that's what they got to do if they want to be a player that's slightly better. I'm telling you, newsflash, it doesn't have to be that way. If you've got something and you can play with it consistently, of course it's got to go far enough. You don't want to hit like a slappy cut that goes 50 yards or 100 yards. It depends on your level of golf. But if you've got a consistent shot shape, it takes the stress out of how you play golf. You can pick reliable targets every time. You can bring your scores down comfortably. Don't have to worry about trouble. Don't have to worry about anything. You just have a nice time. I really feel that's an important lesson to get across, is that I've already said it doesn't have to be perfect, but having a consistent shot shape is really important, and that's the kind of thing you should be grinding on the range. You're not trying to grind it to be straight. It's so difficult to match up a club with timing and get the ball going dead straight all the time. Of course, it's great to have an objective to try and get somewhere, but it'd be way more efficient. Pick a flag, try and feed a shot off of it. Pick a flag, try and feed a shot into it. Just try and get good at the shot that you have. That's all it is. Golf's a game of ball control, remember that.